Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer from the Foundry by Forge College. Let's just jump right in, because today we are finally popping the hood on your decentralized exchange integration to fix that incredibly frustrating transaction failed error. You know the one. It plagues literally every Web3 developer at some point. Now, this is a really essential piece of our Solana DeFi Basics and Jupyter API module, which sits right inside the DeFi protocol integration on Solana, DEXs, and liquidity course. And if we zoom out even further, it's all part of our massive Solana ecosystem track covering DeFi, Oracle's AI, and applied protocols. So yeah, that's a whole lot of words to basically say we are getting into the really good stuff today.
Building directly on our previous lesson, where we covered mapping features to wallet structure, today's agenda is going to cover 4 things. We're looking at diagnosing swap failures, building a testing harness, optimizing your trade routes, and lastly, filing a proper debug report.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Anatomy of a Failed Swap, or as I like to call it, Diagnosing the Stalled Engine. So clicking swap and immediately hitting a giant red error wall feels exactly like your car's engine just stalled out in the middle of the highway, right? It's totally jarring. But as blockchain mechanics, we don't just kick the tires and yell at the screen, we check the diagnostics. There's actually a strict rule of 3 when it comes to the most common failure modes causing your trades to break down on Solana. Those are slippage, timeouts, and insufficient funds. Let's break these down.
First up, we've got slippage. Slippage is basically like driving 10 miles to a gas station because the big sign clearly said $2 a gallon, only to find the price violently spike to $5 right as you pulled up to the pump. In DeFi, it's the exact same concept. It's the difference between the quoted price your app showed you and the actual executed fill price when the block is finalized. If that difference is too big, bam, the transaction politely aborts to protect you.
Next up, we have timeouts, which we also sometimes call commitment mismatches. A timeout is basically your transaction's GPS entirely malfunctioning, so it just gets lost in network traffic. Technically speaking, this happens when RPC commitment, or block height drift, causes a transaction to just drop off the map before validators can process and verify it. And the third major culprit is insufficient funds. I mean, this one is exactly what it sounds like. It's trying to pay for that expensive gas with a completely empty wallet. You might actually have the exact token amount needed for the swap, but if you lack the required SOL for the network rent and the transaction fees, the whole operation comes to a screeching halt before it even begins.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, the Diagnostic Toolkit. It is time to wire up the harness.
So, to catch these errors before they make it to production and cost you actual, real money, we need to wire up a diagnostic toolkit on the Solana DevNet using structured JSON logs. By wrapping 4 specific checkpoints in your swap code with a logging library, that's the quote request, route selection, transaction build, and confirmation, you create a reproducible testing harness that tracks absolutely every single move your transaction makes from start to finish.
Come on, we have all stared exhaustedly at this exact error log at 2 a.m. Price impact exceeded slippage tolerance. It is deeply, deeply infuriating. But with our new testing harness in place, it becomes a highly helpful diagnostic clue rather than a total mystery. It tells us the root cause is definitively a route-induced price movement, and not, say, a broken RPC or a wallet error.
As you advance through the various programs and courses at Forge College, you're going to quickly find that scripting intentional failures is an absolute superpower. Deliberately crashing your car on a closed test track, like, say, intentionally artificially lowering your slippage tolerance on DevNet just to see what breaks, is quite literally the best way to make your production code bulletproof.
Which brings us to Section 3, Route Optimization Rules. Let's upgrade that stalled engine to a high-performance sports car.
Now that we know how to diagnose a broken engine, we need to evaluate our trade routes so our integration actually runs like that finely tuned sports car we want. Instead of just blindly trusting a single quote from an aggregator, you've got to program your route selection to numerically trade off 3 key metrics. You need to be actively balancing the estimated on-chain fees against the expected price impact, all while factoring in the actual executable liquidity depth in the pool.
Okay, here is a golden rule to just go ahead and bake into your code right now. For standard retail size swaps, strictly reject any route where the price impact exceeds 1%. Seriously, if it's higher than 1%, you are needlessly giving away your users' money to arbitrageurs. Just reject the route outright. Furthermore, to avoid draining a pool and causing massive slippage yourself, always configure your logic to prefer routes boasting a liquidity depth that is at least twice your requested swap amount.
This just ensures the pool can comfortably absorb your trade with plenty of cushion left over.
Finally, Section 4, the final debug report. Time to file the paperwork.
So, once your harness is confidently catching errors and your route optimization thresholds are properly set, your absolute final step is compiling all this data. Look, guessing why swaps fail leads to nothing but headaches and more of that 2 a.m. frustration. But moving to structured debug reports with exact reproduction steps and fallback strategies, that officially elevates your development process from amateur hour to a true engineering-grade system with clear root causes. So I'll leave you with this final provocative question. Is your swap component robust enough for complex pool mechanics? Well, it absolutely needs to be. To ensure your integration is fully ready for our next lesson on concentrated liquidity, you should head over to forge.college right now to dive deeper into these core Web3 mechanics. Explore the other courses, join the community, and master your debugging toolkit today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep building.